It's week 10 in the NFL, and you know what that means. Time to make our picks, time to load it up and lock it up, boys.
You better lock it up. You better lock it up. No, you lock it up. You lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.
I'm your host, Johnny, aka Jay Froner, and I'm here along with my co-host, the always wonderful Mr. Joe Montecalvo. And before we get started, Joe, I'm just going to recap for the viewers our picks for last week. I went 1 for 3, and you went 2 for 3. So, how are you feeling this week? Can we both recover the fumble?
Absolutely. Really hoping to go 3-0
I
this
like
week.
that. I like that. I like that energy.
Took a bit of a bad beat, in my opinion, last week with the over in the Pats Commanders game at 40.5. The Patriots
Yeah.
offense just did nothing in the second half. They put up 3 points. Neither team scored in the fourth quarter. All I needed was, maybe a field goal from the Patriots to at least send the game to overtime to get that over.
Yeah.
The Patriots right now just look like a bad operation from top to bottom, bad on offense, bad on defense, bad special teams. I mean, they were even lining up offside on special teams last week. So never thought I'd say this from a Bill Belichick coach team, but they're just badly coached and they're just playing bad all over the field. And with that, I'm going to go right away into my first pick, and that's going to be fading the Patriots this week in Germany against the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to go with the Colts at -1.5. As I said, who knows what the Patriots' psyche is and their confidence is right now. They kind of seem to have given up. J.C. Jackson didn't make the trip to Germany. He skipped out on the post-game press conference last week. So did Jack Jones. Then on Monday, you have Jack Jones liking tweets from fans saying that he'd be better off in prison than on the Pats roster right now. That's pretty alarming. On the Colts side, they still have a lot to play for. They're 4-5. They came off a win last week against the Panthers. After the game, you had Jim Irsay, their owner, partying in the locker room with them to Meek Mill. I still think the Colts still have something to play for. They still have some confidence. I think they're gonna take it this week against the Patriots.
Yeah, it goes to show you how much team chemistry, how it translates on the field, right?
Absolutely.
For me, for my first pick, I'm gonna be going to the Houston and the Bengals game. I'm gonna be taking Houston at the +6.5. CJ last week looking like he should have been the first overall pick last year, throwing for 5 TDs. As for Bryce Young, just been awful. No tiptoeing around it. I believe the Texans do have the offense to keep up, and they'll definitely need it against the Bengals. As for the Bengals, they're coming off a big win last week against the Bills. But with that being said, they are missing T. Higgins this week, and Jamar Chase is going to be a game time decision. So we'll see how that plays out because it'll definitely affect the game. What do you got for your second?
For my second pick, we're going to the Saints and Vikings game, and I'm going to be taking the Saints at -2.5. I'm pretty much just going to be fading the Vikings and Josh Dobbs in this situation. Josh Dobbs joined the team last week. We all know he said he didn't know many of his teammates' name. He didn't know a lot of the cadences and the plays. So he was basically just playing like backyard football there, just scrambling around, throwing it to anyone.
Thinking he's Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, well, he's Patrick Mahomes. So they just got away with the win against Atlanta. On the other side, the Saints have kind of started to turn it around a little. They had lost 4 out of 5. Now they've won a couple in a row. The Vikings are the #1 team at blitzing in the NFL at 51%. And surprisingly, Derek Carr is the second best quarterback in the NFL since 2015 against the blitz.
Surprising stat.
It is a surprising stat. I expect a lot of short passes, screens, and I think that's how the Saints are going to attack the Vikings. I mean, if you can get the Saints at under a field goal, I would definitely take them in this spot.
Yeah. For me, for my second pick, I'm going to be going to the Ravens and the Browns game. Ravens come in at, I'm going to take them at the 6.5, -6.5. Ravens come in as the hottest team in the NFL. They've won their last 2 home games, 75-9. Pretty impressive. The Browns, as for the Browns, they've been pretty inconsistent offensively all year. So we'll see how, and they'll probably need that to keep up with the Baltimore Ravens. So we'll see how that goes. If we want to go back to 2016, the Browns have lost 6 of 7 games in Baltimore. So that's why I'm choosing the Ravens, and I think it's an easy win for me.
I think it's a good pick as well.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That's what we need. Good energy.
For my last pick, it's going to be my favorite pick of the week, and that's the San Francisco 49ers -3 in Jacksonville.
Wow.
So right now, both teams are coming off a bye. Both teams were kind of going in opposite directions before the bye, though. So the Jags had lost 2 of the first 3 games. They then reeled off 5 straight. On the 49ers side, they won the first 5, scoring at least 30 points in all of those games, and then they've lost 3 in a row. Deebo Samuel missed a few games there with an injury. This bye week really helped the 49ers get back on track. I believe they're going to get Debo back. They also acquired Chase Young at the trade deadline. That's going to be a big acquisition for them on defense. The 49ers have the fifth best touchdown ratio in the red zone in the NFL this year, whereas the Jags have the seventh worst. The 49ers are just loaded on offense with Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel. They got Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
They've all been looking good.
There was a lot made of Brock Purdy and the concussion there he suffered in the Browns game. He's had now a couple of weeks to rest, so I expect him to be fully healthy. I think the 49ers roll in this one and win by double digits.
Okay, those are good picks. We'll see how this goes. For me, for my last pick, I'm gonna be going to the Cowboys and the Giants game, and I'll be taking the over 39. As for the Cowboys, I mean, they love to beat up on bad teams. Already beating the Giants in week 1, 40-0. They beat the Jets 30-10, the Patriots 38-3, and the Rams 43-20. They are coming off a bad loss to the Eagles, so this is looking like a game that could put them back on track as it stands. Backing the Cowboys at the spread at 17 to 18 points is asking a lot, so that's why I'm taking the over. Truthfully, I think this game could probably be over at the second half, and the Giants could find themselves playing the backups of the Cowboys. So we'll see how that plays out. And to be honest, at the over at 39, the Cowboys could probably get that by themselves, to say the least.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's just a quick recap of our picks.
So Johnny is going to side with the Houston Texans at +6.5 against the Cincinnati Bengals. He's got the Ravens to cover the 6.5 against the Browns and the over 39 in the Giants-Cowboys game. For me, I got the Colts covering 1.5 against the Patriots, the Saints covering 2.5 against the Vikings, and I'm going with the 49ers -3 against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So we'll see how we do this week, Joe. Well, today, excuse me. And let us know in the comments what you guys think and what you guys got going on this week. And once again, thanks everyone for watching. Joe and I appreciate every single one of you. And until next time.